Hi, my name is John Koenig, and I'm here today to introduce you to my recent Change.org petition, in which we are demanding that the U.S. military build AI that can actually compete with China's AI. As you can see on the screen, I'm a data scientist. I'm based in the Washington, D.C. area. I was recently fired from the Joint Artificial Intelligence Center, also known as the JAIC, which is the premier artificial intelligence implementation organization for the U.S. military and, by proxy of leadership, the entire federal government. And when I was working there, I made several videos in which I was urging leadership to also urge Congress to act faster in response to the massive investments in AI that China was making and still are making. And I also demanded that my colleagues and leadership in our organization acknowledge the fact that China has stolen a march on us and that China is outpacing us and has many structural advantages against us in the AI race. And I don't think it goes without saying that if we lose, that we're going to have major problems. So, introducing you to the petition. So, I invite you to sign the petition with me. And we are essentially demanding that we end this traditional GovCon AI implementation strategy led by these big players who have no ability to innovate, have no track record of implementing AI, and who can constantly recruit people who are underqualified and underpay them in order to maximize their profits against the amount that they're billing the government at. Major contracts have been awarded to these companies whereby no opportunities were made for the amazing American entrepreneurs that are out there to participate. It's just corporate people that have access to these generals and these politicians and everyone, and they box everyone else out, and it's a giant ripoff. And I'll tell you the game. They walk in there with a whiz guy who is this technology whiz with an amazing resume. They wow all these officers, and then they sign these contracts. Then they go, you never see that guy again. And then they go and they get a bunch of people who can barely do anything, and they pay them very little, and then they bill them at twice as much to the government, and then this is the ripoff. And then they just perpetuate it. And then at the end of the day, they're going to deliver something, but it's not going to be good enough, and we're going to lose the next war. And we're going to fill entire graveyards with the American soldiers and pilots and just civilians and just the war dead that we will endure if we do not have the best AI in the world. And as someone who was on the front lines, I do not see any hope with the leadership we have. And part of what happened recently was that I advocate an alternative strategy in which we empower an elite female-led team, not entirely female, but at least 60%, who have the business skills and the gravitas to get things done and to make a change. And they will not be beholden to the corporate machine and the military-industrial complex. That is what we have now, which will not work. And this is not Iraq. There is no General Petraeus that is going to come save us with the surge, or there is going to be no coming back from this. If we do not get this right now, it's over. China will never let us catch up again. So the race is on. We are behind, and we need new leadership. We're calling for an all-new, elite, female-led leadership team to take over the future development of AI for the federal government and the U.S. military, and we're not going to stop until we have made these changes, because there's a disaster coming when we do not have this AI, and the military needs it, everybody needs it, and the players involved right now do not have what it takes to deliver. So that is the message. If you agree, sign the petition. Let's get some new leadership in, and we'll get the job done for the American people. Thank you.